This is Spektrum's cheapest hobby grade multi-model memory transmitter. It comes in at about $299 and it is the NX7e. Now, I don't generally do a lot of radio reviews, but this one I've been using so extensively. I probably have well over 1,000 flights on this since it came out. And I have experience using a lot of Spektrum radios and other brands. And people have been asking me, because I show it in my videos all the time, what are my opinions of it? So I'm going to share those in today's video. A lot of good, some bad, and I want to address all of those things. But first and foremost, if you're watching this video within about a week or two of it releasing, good for you. And now's the time to possibly jump on this because this puppy is on sale. We don't see this happen very often. I don't know if it's because people don't like the way it looks or something, but it's on sale for $60 off, making it $240. So if you love it, you've been on the fence, or you decide during this video that you want to buy it, it's linked in our description box below. So that's extremely exciting. But let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now, the ugly could just be the simple fact that it is a white transmitter, and a lot of guys show up to airfields with dirty hands after work. I usually have pretty clean hands, but I have gotten some grubbiness on the back. I have not washed this. This is what about a year or so of flying, close to 1,000 flights looks like, with fairly clean hands. It's gonna show dirt. It's a white radio and it's somewhat textured. It's not just silky smooth like a screen. It's going to show dirt. So that could be a downside. I actually like the way it looks. I think it's pretty cool, and that's for a couple reasons. One, when we turn it on, and it's hard to see outside, but I've shown it. Get B-roll. There we go. In my shadow, you've got this bright orange light that runs around here, and when this is charging, the whole orange light goes green. I absolutely love that. I think the display looks nice, although in my opinion, and I don't have the other one side by side, I do think it's slightly dimmer than other radios, although I have no trouble seeing it outdoors. It has a very nice display. All the navigation is done with this scroll wheel and our buttons here on the side, just like all other Spektrum radios. And we've got our switches and gimbals here, and they feel just as good as any other transmitter too. I like the fact that the antenna folds down, and I take advantage of that when I'm transporting it in the car. I do that. I'm also a huge fan that it charges via USB-C. Good on them. Tired of the micro USB, and it does come with rechargeable batteries. I only have to charge this once every, I don't know, 50 flights or so, maybe 30. So it holds up to at least a full day or a full weekend of flying. Now, here is a very cool thing about this transmitter, something I love and I hope they implement more in the future. These switches on the top, you might notice that there is no nut around the base of them. All other Spektrum transmitters, and I'll try to show a shot of another one, have these little tightening nuts at the top. And if you ever use that for flaps or landing gear, you'll know those get loose. And then your switches can twist and turn, and if you don't keep them tight and snug, and it's very annoying. But on this transmitter, I have used and abused, especially my A and B switches and my flap switch, and they are not going to twist and turn because there is no exposed nut that can even get loose. I actually really love that about the casing, the plastic shell around this transmitter. I think that is fantastic, and I'd like to see them do more of that in the future. I also love the price point of this. If Spektrum could get on board with making more ergonomic transmitters, I do like the fact that they have these grips on the back. It feels nice, but I am tired of these shoebox radios. I think Spektrum, Horizon Hobby, and all companies out there they've been missing this beat for at least 5 to 10 years. They need to make a gamepad style transmitter, and some companies do that, but Spektrum does not, and I don't know why. They're very much missing a huge market. My wife has smaller hands. I'm a gamer. I would love to have a gamepad style Xbox, PlayStation transmitter from Spektrum, and I think a lot of people would. Your older audience, they're going to love their shoebox till the day they die, but the newer generation of pilots would benefit massively from a gamepad style transmitter. Overall, there's not too much I need to say about this transmitter other than the fact that it's holding up extremely well over the 1,000 or so flights that I've put through the paces. I'm not a super detailed reviewer, so to speak, but I do like to give honest opinions of this. It did come with a different hook. It took me a long time to figure out why does that say unlock. When you pull that over, this little hook comes out and you have 3 different sizes you can choose from to put on there or flip upside down. Maybe you don't want your power button bothered by that. For me, I like having it there so I don't accidentally bump my power button, and it would be blocking the view of the screen if I face it down. That's a lanyard hook, but it's also a blocker for my power button so my kids don't push that or something. Let's talk about the fact that it's a 7E. So is that a 7-channel transmitter? Well, yes, it is if you bind it up to a tactic receiver or, whatever, some other brand. But if you're binding it to a Spektrum receiver, then you actually get 8 channels out of this. It's got an added bonus channel for safe. So you get 7 usable channels plus 1 for safe. So it's really like an 8-channel transmitter. And right now, Spektrum is selling this 8-channel transmitter for $240. Rechargeable batteries, really nice. Status lights, it's held up well. Knock on wood, I've never had any brownouts or anything up here on this radio. I have in the past where we used to fly with other Spektrum transmitters and other brand transmitters, but again, knock on wood, since we have flown here with this radio, I haven't had any brownouts. So overall, in my average user experience, this is a wonderful transmitter. I think your biggest downfalls are the fact that it's going to show dirt, absolutely. So some people will really hate that. But as a functional, budget-friendly transmitter, it is amazing. It actually stands up there just strongly with my NX7e, and that one costs quite a bit more than this. So I'm happy to see it on sale. I sincerely hope that a lot of people will take advantage of the sale, which is kind of partly the reason of my timing for doing this short little video. I just flew a Corsair and an Erratix on here. It feels great, it feels hobby grade. It's a solid transmitter and you really can't go wrong with this, especially at that price point. So it's linked in the description box below if you want to take advantage of the sale. If the sale's over by the time you're watching this video, shame on you. You should have watched the video when it came out. Subscribe to our channel. We try to bring you guys sale videos all the time, whether it's exclusive to the channel or in general. But for the time that we got to share with you here and now, I thank God for blessing us with today in general, but also just life. I'm so thankful and grateful. I also want to say a massive thanks to our Patreon supporters because we couldn't do what we do without your amazing support. Please consider signing up for Patreon, especially if you saved $60 on this radio video today. Sign up at $2 a month. It's a great way to support us and say thanks. If you're curious about radios and cool gear for the hobby, we'll have a hand-picked video popping up right about now just for you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.